can't tell if those are Jake brakes or if there's an animal growling at me. Could be Jake brakes in the distance, or could be an animal right behind me. That's not happy. Alright, the sky's starting to get a bit dark. And I do want to capitalize on that. Not as bad as the the episode where I got trapped underneath the tree in the lightning storm, but I got an idea. I'm going to go out, we're going to shoot the episode. I think I know where I'm going to take shelter if I have to, and if not, we'll still go there anyways. Alright, let's do this. Alright, I'd like to say that we beat the rain, but we did not. And there's no problem with that, because the point is to get under this thing, the old Longley covered bridge, for shelter for today's episode. I've actually got a painting of this bridge hanging up in my house from another series that we shot called Foltz Studio, where my buddy Alex Foltz did plein air painting, which is when you go and paint a landscape at the landscape. And we did this bridge here. He did an instructional oil painting episode. If there's time in this episode, maybe drop a clip right here.
Now the road is fairly bright compared to the rest of the painting. I will knock that brightness down just a touch. I don't want it to compete too hard with the bridge. But I do want it to be obvious that, you know, this is a road we're looking at. So I've mixed up this almost purpley kind of gray here, and we'll just very quickly knock that road in.
We're doing season 3 of that here in a month or two. That's gonna be fun. It's a fun show to do. But in the meantime, we've got this show to do, and I've got to get out there before it's raining too hard to get there. So let's go. I don't know if the majesty of it will come across, but we did 2 episodes of that show here. One of them is that beautiful mountain range right there. Like, look at the, oh, I can't zoom in, hold on. Look at the fog coming off of that mountain. This was the shot right here. Beautiful. I love Vermont. But now our goal is to get underneath that. So we're gonna be walking down here into the field. It's a nice little trail. I don't know if that's a game trail or if it's for people. There's probably decent fishing down here. And we're gonna go underneath and get some shelter from this rain. That is a cool shot. Take a look at that. You can see where the rain falls off. Disturbed water, undisturbed water. That is cool. And so we made it underneath the bridge. Not a bad place to be. Will keep us out of the rain, and we can get to today's episode. Maybe another time. Cool to go downriver a little bit. See that little rock bar. Be cool to get to. But in the meantime, we got good accommodations anyway, so let's set up. All right, not bad. Let's see what we're working with today. A little bit wet, but no bother. All right, today we got menu 2, beef shredded in barbecue sauce. Filming this in August. Well, it feels like a good August meal to have a nice barbecue. You hear that? All right, let's see what we got. Another big pack right here. You know, we got the heater, but as I've been doing the past few episodes, if the meal doesn't feel like it needs to be heated, it certainly doesn't need to be cooked. I've been skipping that step. I don't mind room temperature food at all. So we got our main entree here, shredded beef and barbecue sauce. This is for the heater, which won't matter, but it's kind of fun to read the backs of these sometimes. So it breaks down carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. It breaks down how your body, like the biology of that. So carbohydrates, main fuel source for muscle during exercise. Higher activity level equals higher carbohydrate needs. Recommended daily intake is around 3 grams per pound of body weight, or 500 grams of carbohydrate per day for a 165-pound warfighter. I'm 235 pounds, so what's that? 700 grams a day. Good sources: fruits, potatoes, rice, pasta, bakery, and beverages. MRE food sources: the dried fruit, 40 grams, beverages, 34 grams, crackers, tortilla, snack bread, 30 to 38 grams. There's your carbohydrates there. Protein, essential for proper refueling and recovery. All right, so I'm sure they're gonna say it. I haven't read it yet. The current science says 0.7 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I'm curious what this is gonna say. Protein recommendations are generally met through diet alone without the need for supplementation. You sure about that? Recommended daily intake approximately 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. Said that. Or 115 grams of protein per day for a 165-pound warfighter. Again, I'm 235 pounds. I try to hit in the ballpark of 200 grams a day. Good sources: beef, poultry, pork, seafood, nuts, dairy, eggs. MRE food sources: trail mix, 10 to 14 grams. Peanut butter, 6 grams. Chocolate protein drink, 12 grams. Main meal, 15 to 30 grams. Beef snacks, 8 grams. I try to hit 60 grams per feeding. Oh, golly. Spidey senses were tingling. Maybe I'll find a new setup other than this. And then we'll get to fat, and then we'll get to the meal. All right. Not a super flattering angle, but that's not too bad. So, fat is the most energy-dense nutrient we consume and is essential for proper fueling. That's good to know. It's not like butter. Stored fat is used as energy during moderate and high-intensity exercise. Fat helps our body to use certain vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Recommended daily intake is 20 to 35% of calories from fat. So if you're having 2,500 calories, that's 56 to 98 grams of fat. That's interesting. Animal fat is really seemingly hyper-villainized. All fat is, but like animal fat falls into that. And I think that is a consequence of people not understanding nutrition, because I understand it very little. And even I know that the healthy cholesterol that you get from quality animal fats is super important, especially for hormone production. And for men, healthy cholesterol equals healthy testosterone. There's something fun. Good sources: fatty fish, vegetable oils, nuts, almonds, olives, and avocados. MRE food sources: nuts, peanut butter, trail mix. So there's a little lesson in nutrition today, I guess, from a dummy that does not know very much. Let's call it what it is. Next up in the pack, we've got a fruit puree squeeze. We got apple, strawberry, and carrot. That'll be interesting. We got our odds and ends pack. A cinnamon bun. That'll be interesting. I don't really like cinnamon, but I have found that every time that there is something cinnamon flavored in an MRE, it makes me feel like I'm home, you know, like a child. And that always boosts the ratings up a bit for what I rate these things. So the cinnamon bun, it's all cinnamon, but it's got the MRE soft dessert vibe to it, which I'm excited to try. Oh, okay. It came with tortillas. So one of the things that I've been doing a lot is I've been making tacos out of things that don't feel like they were going to be a good taco option. But it seems like they're incentivizing that we make a taco out of this. So it's going to be a barbecue shredded beef taco. That's going to be awesome. I can tell already. Chocolate hazelnut protein powder. In the past, I've been skipping out on these, but I don't know. I can do that today if I have enough water. It's just personal preference. I don't like the powder mix drinks, but. And then we got peanut butter. It's classic, just on its own. We got our trusty MRE spoon and our heater pack, but we're going to disregard that for today. So, let me see if I have some water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I do have water, so we won't skip this today. Let's open the chocolate hazelnut protein drink powder, and we'll give this a shot. Ooh, that smells good. Alright, so I'm supposed to add 8 ounces here. This is about, I don't know, 14 left in here. So about half it. That looks about right. Seal it back up. I can't tell if those are Jake brakes or if there's an animal growling at me. Could be Jake brakes in the distance, or could be an animal right behind me. That's not happy. If it's an animal and it's growling at me, I want it to know that I'm not afraid of it. So I'm coming to it, but no. Sounds like Jake brakes. Alright, back at it then. Dang, that's a pretty shot though, huh? It's funny to think that somewhere there's a trucker just doing his job that doesn't know that his engine brakes just made me think that there was an animal that was mad at me for being down here. This is kind of fun to do. Shake it up a bit. Alright, this is the truck, right? See if you can hear it. It must have been like 2 miles away, but when you're throwing the Jake brakes on 2 miles away, it sounds like, if it's right behind you, it sounds like there's a, I don't know. What would be out here? Sounded a bit like a cat. Could have been a bobcat. I don't know that I've ever heard a raccoon growl, but if you've ever heard them yowl, my goodness, they are unpleasant. Alright, so I don't know if it's not so much a drink, despite being labeled as one. Not so much a drink as it is like a smoothie. Or pudding even. This is why I don't like these, but we'll try it. See that? Oh. I hate these. No thanks. Let's get on to something good. All right. You know, if I'm gonna have anything, get that taste out of my mouth. The fruit puree could be good for that, as long as it hasn't turned, like the last one. Do the smell test. Smells good. Again, this is apple, strawberry, and carrot fruit puree. That's pretty good. Per our nutritional obligations, this gets us 11% of our daily need of carbohydrates. That one tastes pretty good. But time for the real star, dude. I'm so stoked that they gave tortillas with this one because I ran out of tortillas. And there's a lot of meals that I think would be improved if you put it in a taco. And while I wasn't thinking about that with this one, it certainly is the case, right? Alright, I'm gonna break this up and give you another shot of where I'm at. Just so you can get a little bit of pretty in between seeing my dumb face. Because this is the real star of the show, right? Getting outside's the win. Having the MRE's the reason. And I'm just the dummy that puts it all together, but look at that. Golly, guys, it's so pretty. You can see that even it's August, but some of these leaves are turning. Vermont's beautiful any time of year, except maybe February. But fall in Vermont, golly. All right, back to it. It smells good. It's our shredded shredded barbecue beef. Oh, smells good. We'll give that a try just on its own. Cheers, friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'll see if I can't get this on the shot. Nope, probably not. Do something dumb like that for now. Get a good heap and portion of that. Put her in the taco. Alright, now it's time to try the taco. Very excited for this. Cheers. Tasty meat in a plate that you can eat. It doesn't get better. Got a bunch of MREs at home. This is a contender. For ones that are worth getting just to have. A little underwhelming as far as like what I would display. You know, it's just meat in a tortilla, so doesn't give a lot of room for the show, but I'll describe what I'm tasting at least. The sweet barbecue sauce. There's little to no kick at all. This would have been a good one. Check the odds and ends pack, but this would have been a good one for those tiny little Tabascos. Jeez. Opportunity missed. Good enough that I'm going to have a second. Nondescript enough that I'm not going to have a second on camera. We'll just move to the next thing and then I'll come back for it myself. That's great. 8.5, 9 out of 10, something like that. The coconut mix, not coconut, dummy, hazelnut, chocolate hazelnut protein mix, 0 out of 10. Not even enough protein to be worth it. I think it said like 12 grams. Get real. There's a protein shake, won't name drop, but I have about 4 of them a day. They're 30 grams each. And they can come with caffeine in them too. Great way to supplement your protein. But for now, do a palate cleanser of that fruit puree. That's hard to say. Fruit puree. Say that 5 times fast. Palate cleanser of fruit puree. Looks silly eating it. It's tasty. Now we'll go to the dessert. Cinnamon bun. I wonder if I've done this already. No, I don't think so. Whew. Smells powerful like cinnamon. It feels like a pastry, so I'm gonna open it up, but I don't think there's anything in it. Is there? Oh, there kind of is. A little bit. Like a cinnamon syrup kind of thing. Well, obviously that has to be where we start, right? The part with the most, so I'm just gonna rip that right off. Cheers. It doesn't matter how many times I have these. I am always amazed by how soft the desserts are. I don't know what it is about cinnamon. I don't know if maybe like my subconscious thinks it's indulgent. Maybe that was rationed, but rationed out in my childhood. Something, you know, maybe deemed as a frivolous necessity. But I don't want to eat this. I don't know why. I do like this piece doesn't have very much. This is just the bread. For some reason that sounds good to me. I think that part's a texture thing. But if you like cinnamon, or if your kids like cinnamon rolls, anyone, you can take this camping or add it to your emergency food cache, and this will be a win. This will be comfort. Anybody that likes cinnamon will enjoy that. Oh, look at that. All right. I'm gonna just enjoy this myself. I'm gonna turn the camera off and sit and enjoy the beautiful area that I'm at. I'll link back up with you after. Alright, so I'm packing up here and I just realized that I didn't give the peanut butter a try now. Obviously this comes with most of these, but if this is your first episode and you have a memory with MRE peanut butter and you're like, oh geez, why didn't he try it? I love that so much. And this one's for you. It's always good. Just popped. So, there we go. MRE peanut butter on some. You know as well as I do, if you're the person that I'm talking to. Now, that was too much without some water. Well, that's good peanut butter. Nothing wrong with that. Looking forward to the day. I already had it in one, but for the next time that I get the bacon cheese spread. That's so good. Alright. Let's just take a minute before we leave to appreciate the beauty of where we are today. You know? What a nice spot. Nothing wrong with spending some time here. You think traditionally, when you think of Vermont beauty, people often think of covered bridges. You ever thought about what it's like underneath one? Just as pretty. And that's a wrap at the Longley Covered Bridge in Montgomery, Vermont. The rain stopped. We had a nice meal. Beautiful scenery. Not bad. Those Jake brakes again. Had me thinking there was a mountain lion out after me. It was raining too hard when I went down here to keep the camera out, but I was sure that I was gonna slip and fall. And it's funny that I had to weigh the pros and cons of risking the camera to get that on film. Wow. We're not getting it on film at all. Fortunately, it didn't happen. So we all win. I guess except you, who might have liked seeing me fall, but if that's the case, there's plenty of other episodes where I fall. Gorgeous. Thanks for watching Rations. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. If there's enough time left in the episode, I'll throw you another clip of the Foltz Studio episode here at the Longley Covered Bridge. See you guys next week.
And we can start getting that in as well. Now notice when I put this on, how that front of the bridge immediately feels like it's bathed in a little bit of sunlight. There we go. Almost there. And again, I'm gonna just gently blend those shadows in to the highlights. And the last few details we need are the roof and the road. Those are pretty simple. We've got a nice bluish green roof, so I've got a color mixed up for that. Now we could go a bit brighter there, I think. Does tend to want to mix in to the undercolor, so you can just kind of go over that a few more times. And let's get this side of the roof in as well.